Hello everybody, this is Josh right here back with a new video of Let's Talk Baseballs. Double upload today, and this video is kind of overdue. It is part 2 of my baseball card collection. The last for part 1, if you guys go check out part 1, if you guys haven't seen it, I showed you the cards in this box, and now I'm going to show you the cards in this box. If you guys hear background noise, I apologize. That is my dad's girlfriend's kids watching Mickey Mouse or whatever. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. If your subscribe button is red, like this red wall right here, that means you're not subscribed, so go subscribe if you're not, if you haven't already. So if you might notice we're in different places. Well, part 1 was filmed at my grandparents' house. This one, part 2, is going to be filmed at my dad's house. So let's get into it. Also, make sure you go see my other video. We're on the road to 20 subscribers, but if we can hit 20 subscribers, I will do a Let's Talk Football channel. So we're going to start off with these guys here. We have a Whitey Ford card in a little sleeve. I apologize about the lighting in here, it kind of sucks. Whitey Ford, Cooperstown collection card. Here's the back. Just gonna read it. Why won't this focus? I think there's 2 cards in here. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Whitey Ford and Brooks Robinson. That's pretty cool. Cards there. I apologize, this is gonna take too long. We've got Tracy Woodson of the Dodgers. These are Fleer cards here. We've got Marty Barrett, German Gonzalez, Jim Vale Wander, Matt Noakes, Dave Concepcion, that's a funny name, Doug Drabick, Gary Radis, Backpack Pirate Players. Hey look, Mickey Mouse just made his made a cameo on the channel. I'm just joking. Fred McGriff, Hippolito Pena, Claudio Washington, Kurt Stillwell, John Kruk, Rick Ruschel, Matt Williams. Oh, I think I missed one. Matt Williams, Danny Darwin, my mom. Liked watching him play. Gerald Young, Dave Martinez of the Expos. Just like part 1, there's no Mike Trouts, no Bryce Harper cards in here. These are mostly cards from the 80s and 70s, sort of. Tim Raines. He was a pretty good outfielder. Gary Varsho, Mike Cook, Vince Coleman, one of the most underrated players in my opinion. He played for both Cardinals and I believe he played for the Mets for a little bit. Should I see here? Oh, those are some of his minor league stats. his early seasons with the Cardinals. Yeah, Prince of Stupidity would enjoy this one because I think Vince Coleman also played for the Mets. Don Paul, Wally Joyner, Jerry Ruiz. I want this. God damn it. Stop it. There you go. Paul Kilgus, Mike Stanley, Jimmy Presley. Got that old school Mariners look. Ray Quinones, whatever. Kevin Gross, whatever. David Palmer. And sorry. Okay. Brady Anderson. Jim Traber. Chris Sabot. We got some Chris Sabots in here. I think it was kind of dumb that he got ejected for that one game. Like, what happened was, I guess, like, he cracked his bat on a foul ball. The bat boy gave him a new bat, and apparently it had a lot of cork in it. It was like one of those bats that you'd use for like batting practice and stuff. I guess he didn't know about it, but I think it was dumb he got ejected for it. Not one. That's a Topps Chris Sabot card. We've got quite a bit of other Chris Sabots in here. 2. There's his rookie card and then this is his Diamond Kings card. So that's pretty much my Chris Sabot collection in here. No, I'm not a fan of Chris Sabot. That's just what came in here. It just came like that when I saw it, when I got it. But I do like his goggles though, glasses, whatever. I do like those. Those are pretty funny. Looks like an early 90s, late 80s player. Jeff Leonard of the Astros. Henrique Romo of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pat Zachary. I think this is the first Met on here. I like his beard. Some of his stats back here. 1980. He had 28 games. He was 6-10. Had 88 strikeouts, 58 walks, and a 3.00 ERA. So a solid year there. I mean, his record wasn't very good, but Larry Cox, Bob Pate, Rick Shue, Jim Eppard, Bruce Sutter. I liked watching him on the Cardinals. He got the final out in the 1982 World Series. He also was a closer on the Cubs for a little bit. 1982, he doesn't have his 82 stats on there, but he had 45 saves in 1984. Pretty cool. We've got Gene Walter, Jeff Montgomery. This, I think, is an Angels player. Trying to see who that is. This is a nice card. I like the art design on there. We got Mike Heath, the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. We've got Kurt Gibson. That's cool. I believe early Cal Ripken. We've got some baseball stickers here. We've got the A's on the front. Oh, no, there's no back. I thought there was a back on here. There's A sticker. John Tutter. Gary Gaiety. I've heard of him. He's pretty good. He was a good player. Try not to make this video 32 minutes like part 1 was. Mike Jorgensen, I think is his name. Gary Thomason. Dave Stapleton. Mike Vail. I think this is a typo, because it says he was on the Reds, but on this picture he was on the Cubs. We've got John Verhoeven. Randy Lurch on the Phillies. Larry Bradford on the Braves. John Wookenfuss on the Tigers. Gary Ward. Kent Tekulve, whatever the hell you say his name, I don't know. Tekulve, whatever. Putnam. Willie Randolph, I have this card. I like Willie Randolph. Ernie Witt. Ken Daly on the Cardinals. God damn it. Sorry. We got another Ken Daly. This will focus. We've got Raymond Martinez. John Dobson. Todd Burns. Carney Lansford. John Shelby. Jeffrey Leonard. Rick Sutcliffe, whatever. Israel Sanchez. Scott Sanderson. Jack Clark. I didn't know he played on the Yankees. Darrell Evans. Vance Law. We've got a double here. Jim Corsi of the A's and Bob Milwaukee of the Orioles. We've got a rookie checklist card. And then on the back here, another checklist cards. So that's the first stack. Alright. We are on a roll. We're going to start with this set here. Ooh. Some of these are backwards. These are more checklist cards. I apologize about the camera. It's charging right now. Leroy Satchel Paige. We've got Richie Ashburn. Mickey Mantle. Ooh, this is cool. We got Yogi. We've got Ted Williams. We've got Ed Whitey Ford. There's going to be a lot of doubles in here, so just letting you know. Leroy Satchel Paige again. More Mickey Mantle. Willie Mays. Don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. More Yogi. More Willie. Jackie Robinson. Duke Snyder. More Richie Ashburn. Phillies were one of the most... To this day, the Phillies, I think, are a very rude team. Philadelphia in general is just not a city that I'd like to go to when it comes to sports. More Mickey, more Jackie, more Duke Snyder, More Whitey Ford. There's going to be more Whitey Fords. More Ted Williams. More Whitey Ford. I think you guys get what I mean here. There's going to be a lot of the same players in this stack. Let me get a new stack in here. Hopefully, if I can get a new one in here. Dang it. Ah, good. And then it's pretty much the same players. So, all right, on to the good stuff. These are some more 80s players. Sorry about that. Okay. Ben. Oh, more Ted Williams. More. Let me get these out of the way here. More Mickeys. Okay. Now we're good to go. Okay. Starting this off, we've got Carlton Fisk. And these cards are actually pretty interesting. These are Bowman cards. They actually show the statistics on the back of how well he played against every team. So this is pretty cool. This is from what year is this from? Hang on a minute. The 1989 season. So these would be his stats from 1988. So this is pretty cool. He had, in 76 games, he had 253 at bats. He scored 37 times. Had 70 hits. 4 against the Orioles. 2 against the Red Sox. I know this isn't going to focus real well. 10 on the Angels. Like, you get what I mean here. So, these are pretty cool cards. Because they show the statistic, like how they did against every team. We've got Nick Izaski. We've got Rob Murphy. We've got, onto the Orioles, an Orioles player, Pete Harnish. Looks like he only played in 2 games. One against the Yankees, the other against the Red Sox. We have Steve Avery, I believe. Yep, Steve Avery. We've got Alex Sanchez. We have, I tried to organize these by team, but it didn't really work out. Kevin Wickender. These were when remember when the Brewers were an American League team? Dan Plesac. I don't think anybody remembers the Brewers as were an American League team. I don't think anybody remembers that. Robin Yount. Of course, I always come across him on MLB The Show. I had his card last year, and I think I have his card again this year. We have, on MLB The Show, we have Pat Tabler. We have Doug Jones. We have more Indians players. Jesse Orozco. We have, ooh, that's a nice jersey. Ooh, dropped it. Dan Pascua. More Steve Avery. We've got some Orioles players. Jose Bautista, not the hitter either, the pitcher, Jose Bautista. We've got Pete Harnish again. Sorry. Dave Schmidt. We've got Greg Olson. Greg Olson, I think he was a pretty decent player. Pretty solid. We've got Bob Melvin. We've got, I apologize if I'm flipping them over, Randy Milligan, because I can't really read the autographs really well. Billy Ripken, Cal Ripken's brother. Phil Bradley. And Brady Anderson. So those were Orioles players. On to the Red Sox. Tom Fisher. Oh, we got two. Mike Bodicker. That's a funny name. Rob Murphy. Marty Barrett. Nick Isaski. This is going to be a long video again. I apologize for those of you who can't stand long videos. Dwight Evans. On to the Angels. Bill Schroeder. Jack Cowell. Tony Armas. Brian Downing. Devon White. White Sox player. Daryl Boston. Doesn't he coach the White Sox now? I don't know. Melido Perez. Mordan Pescua. However the heck you say his name. Ozzie Guillen when he was playing. I forgot he was a player. Now kids just know him nowadays as a coach. He coached the White Sox. I think he coached the Marlins for a little bit too. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or Carlton Fisk. Bill Long. Indians players. Jesse Orozco. Tom Canody. Do I have two again? Rich Yep, I do. Sorry. Doug Jones. Kevin Wickander. Joe Carter before he was on the Blue Jays. Audib McDowell. Andy Allenson. And Bud Black. Detroit Tigers. Rico Brogna. Jeff Robinson. Doyle Alexander. And Keith Moreland. Excuse me. Kansas City Royals, Danny Tartable. Pat Tabler. We've got Charlie LeBrant. Sorry about the background noise. Brett Saberhagen. I think he was part of the 1985 Royals. Was he on the 85 Royals? Oh yeah, I forgot they don't have the... These are different cards. Sorry. Again. More Royals. Mel Stottlemyre. On to the Brewers, again, when they were an American League team. Glenn Braggs. We have Robin Yount again. Hi, I didn't think I had to flip it over. Ha 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 ha. Jim Gantner. Oh, yeah. Okay. BJ Suroff. Man, this video's gonna suck, isn't it? Bill Wegman. Chuck Krim. And Dan Plesac again. Alright. Minnesota Twins. Fred Tolliver. Is that Kirby Puckett? Yes, it is. No way, that's cool. Frank Viola. Jim Gower, whatever. Alan Anderson. Gary Gaetti. And once again, Gene Larkin and Kent Herbeck. Alright, Yankees player, Dave LaPointe and Jimmy Jones. Alright, so I think we got some mixed up players here. Dodgers, Mike Marshall. Ouch. Mike Shaperson. Eddie Murray when he was on the Dodgers. I believe, is this Ricky Horton? Yep. And Fernando Valenzuela. Also, Rick Dempsey. Mike Scioscia when he was catching. Astros players Bill Doran, excuse me. Craig Reynolds. I said Dale Reynolds, that's funny. Never mind. Alex Trevino. Larry Anderson. Jim Clancy. My mom liked watching him. Jim Clancy. Rick Rhoden. Some Astros players. Again, does anybody remember the Astros as a National League team? Dave Smith. Cal Daniels on the Reds. Todd Benzinger. I think so. That's how you say his name. Barry Larkin. Damn it, I don't want to bend these. Barry Larkin and Bo Diaz. Also, we've got Oral Hershiser. I think he's now an announcer, I believe. Alright, we're halfway through these cards. I apologize, this is going to take a long time. That's how collection videos are, they just go on for a long time. Tom Browning. John Franco. Damon Berryhill of the Cubs. We've got some Braves players in here. Lonnie Smith. Ron Gant. Gerald Perry. Bruce Benedict. Jody Davis. Pete Smith. John Smoltz. Charlie Pulio. And ooh, this is pretty cool. We've got Mel Stottlemyre, and this is a pretty interesting card because it's got one of him on the Royals, one of him on the Mets, and hang on a minute here. I think that's him on the Blue Jays or something. I don't know. Another one like this, Cal Ripken Sr. I think he was more of a coach than he was a player. Blue Jays players. Jesse Barfield. I like these jerseys. These are pretty cool jerseys that the Blue Jays had. George Bell. Kelly Grubber. John Cerruti. And then Tom Hink. That is Alex Sanchez. Tony Castillo. Jeff Musselman. Dave Stieb, whatever. Stieb. Rafael Palmeiro on the Rangers when he I forgot what I was going to say. Ruben Sierra, whatever. Monty Ferris. Steve Bushel. Jeff Kunkel. Whatever. Buddy Bell. Gross. This card's upside down. Andres Galarraga. Tim Wallach. Rex Hudler. Al Leiter. Played for both Yankees and Mets. Jim Presley. Ray Quinones. Dave Parker. Dave Winfield. Mike Pagliarulo. I apologize if I'm pronouncing these names incorrectly. Rafael Santana. Yeah, I apologize about that. Is that Eric Plunk? Yes, it is. That is Andy McGaffigan. Denny Martinez. Wait. Okay. Hey, we're good. Nelson Santovina. Tim Wallach again. More Rex Hudler. That's Otis Nixon. These are some Expos players. Hubby Brooks. And the last one, Rock Reigns. On to the Mets. New York Mets. Ron Darling. The New York Mets. I'm just joking. Randy Myers. Gary Carter. I forgot he was on the Mets. And Kevin Elster. Phillies. Ken Howell. Floyd Humans. Larry McWilliams. Chris James. Juan Samuel. Bob Walk. Jeff Robinson. Jim Gott. John Smiley. Bob Kipper. Brian Fisher. Sid Bream, and wrapping up the Pittsburgh Pirates here, Bobby Bonilla. Wasn't he on the Mets or something? I forgot. I don't know if he was on the Mets or not. Gary Rudis. And then on to my favorite team, the St. Louis Cardinals. Brad Duvall. Jose De Leon. De Leon, whatever. That's Ozzie Smith. Is that Vince Coleman? Yes, it is. Again, underrated in my opinion. Padres players, Eric Show, Show. I miss these Padres jerseys when they had brown in their stuff. Mark Davis. Dennis Rasmussen. Pat Clements. Benny Santiago. Gary Templeton. Roberto Alomar. Gerald Clark. And then Giants players, Terry Kennedy, Jose Uribe, Royce Clayton, and then wrapping up this video, Will Clark. That is Donald Nixon. Can I say his name right? Yeah, Donald Nixon. Don Nixon and Tracy Jones. So that's going to be it for today's video. Going on a bit too long, 36 minutes. There might be part 3. I will show these ones next. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I might do a vlog-like thing for when I go back to school on tomorrow and do football stuff. Yep, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.